Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. So today I was going to post a different video than what I'm doing one now, but I kind of changed my mind and I think I'll do the video I planned maybe tomorrow. I was watching Gina Loves to Craft and she was doing a tag and I really like to do tags, you guys. I like them, especially when they're short tags, because some of these tags, they kind of go on for like 15, 20 questions, and I think, well, that's a little too long. That's a little too long. But this one is only 7 questions, and it kind of pertains to what we are doing, what's happening now around us, what everyone is doing. And I thought that it would be kind of fun to kind of give you, while I answer this tag, maybe give you a bit of my views. We'll see how it goes. You might not want to watch me anymore. But, I love tags because for two reasons. One, a tag can do two things. One, it can lighten up the mood a little bit, and it can be fun, and we can share about each other. Or two, whether you do a tag or not, the questions sometimes it can really put you in a reflected mood, and you can start thinking about some of these questions, and sometimes a lot of things come up that you never realize were there until you kind of did some reflection upon it. So I like that. So anyway, the tag that she did, Gina Loves to Craft, is how are you holding up tag in this quarantine kind of situation of lockdown, sheltering in place, self-containment, whatever you want to call it. Um, so the very first one is how are you holding up? Well, this might be a little lengthy, and I hope it isn't too boring for you guys, but um, I don't react in a way like everyone does when it comes to these type of situations. And this is just, I think, a lifetime of living, basically. I am 55 years old. I view things differently now, a lot calmer than I did when I was younger. And so I look at things like this, that however way you want to look at it, spiritually or wherever you're at with your faith and all, what your belief system is. I believe that this is things like this when they happen, it is the earth reacting or it is God reacting. I believe these things like this have been prophesized for centuries, and they're all just coming and happening. Now, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear gloom and doom, but it's things that we have to face. I honestly believe, and I hear, and whenever I say that, people get really upset, and they'll tell me that, well, this is the worst thing that has ever happened, and actually, I don't believe that this is the worst thing that has ever happened. I think there are bad, horrific things that are happening in the world all the time. All you have to do is turn on the news. And, there are earthquakes, there are tsunamis, there are tornadoes, there are mudslides that wipe out cities and thousands of people in a matter of minutes. There are things that are happening in the world and have been happening in the world that have been horrific. Just think of 9/11. I know many families that were affected that have lost someone in that tower. And so you can't tell those people that, those families, that that was not horrific or the worst thing that has happened. Look at Katrina. Look at all the wars we have had, all the famine, genocide. I mean, it can go on and on and on. It's just that it's so easy for us to say that and disconnect from it, because we can watch it on the news and we can turn the switch off, and we can say to ourselves, it's so bad, it's so horrible what's happening there, but we can go on about our life. And this is probably one of the first times where we're all affected. So it seems so terrible. Oh my gosh, what's going out there? Because suddenly we are all affected, and we can't turn off that switch anymore. So I just feel that that's my belief, and it might upset a lot of people, and I'm sorry if it does. This is just my belief, and I'm entitled to my belief, just like you're entitled to your opinion. But I think there's horrible things happening to people all the time out there, and it's just that, it's very easy to disconnect if we choose to. Now we can't disconnect anymore. It's all around us. And it's the same thing almost like when we go through any trials or anything in our life, we like to think that this is the worst thing we've ever gone through, and this is the worst pain that we've gone through. And in fact, it isn't. It's just the current struggle that we're going through. And, you know, and that's all I'm going to say, and I don't want to get preachy. It's supposed to be a fun tag. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that's how so we are holding up fine. I know that I do have a dear friend who is very traumatized by this, and is really having a hard time with it. So I'm not making fun of it. I believe me, I am trying to be as supportive and encouraging to her as I can be. All right, number 2, are you binge watching anything? Well, for me, I binge watch everything all the time. So for me, it's just a matter of, I binge watch everything all the time. One of my, we don't have cable. We gave up cable a long time ago. And we basically have Netflix, and we have YouTube. And then I also do my local PBS channel, I love watching all of that stuff. And I binge watch. I finished Narcos like a week ago, and on Netflix. Now I am finishing up Starry Hilder, which she's got like 1,100 videos. But I love to binge watch everything all the time. I love to go back and watch a lot of your channel, your videos from beginning. And what I mean is I want to see the very first video you ever did, and then one by one keep watching them. I love doing that. And you can always tell when I'm doing it because I'm commenting on old videos of yours. So I'm binge watching you. But I love that because I feel like you can find out a little bit about the person at every video. It's almost like a storyline that plays. And although you may think that you're just doing a tutorial or you're showing something, but you're revealing something about yourself in every video that you do. So I binge watch all the time. That is my life. I love it. And 3, how are you spending the quarantine time? Well, I am not in quarantine because I am one of the essential workers. I live in Illinois, on the outskirts of Chicago, and in a suburb. And basically, last Friday, we became on lockdown. And I will tell you that we ended up being one of the essential workers. My daughter is an essential worker, and my sister-in-law, who's a doctor, is an essential worker. Otherwise, everyone else is in quarantine. They are on lockdown, shelter in place, and like my mom hankered down and doesn't even want anybody to come visiting her in case, we get any kind of, she doesn't want us to be exposed to anything, which is just amazing because she loves visitors. And now it's like, don't come here. So for us though, I have noticed that we basically are limiting where we're going to work and back, but we're not really doing anything else. We're not going anywhere else. Have I noticed a shift by us when it comes to amount of people? No. Because we live in an area that is mostly, we have a lot of stores, you guys. We got all kinds of stores just 10 minutes from our place. And so it's like so congested every day. I feel like the only time that it's really quiet and kind of calm and no cars is when it's nighttime. That's about it. But otherwise, I have not seen any difference whatsoever with the amount of people running around. I was a bit surprised yesterday. We had this beautiful day, and there were people in parks with their children. I was shocked by that because parks are closed, you guys. And I could not imagine taking my children to the park where 1 million germs have touched every single equipment. I would have had to take all my Clorox wipes and wipe down all the equipment before we could go play there. So I cannot imagine what people were thinking doing that. And I just cannot. I'm sorry. I just couldn't believe that. And I think a lot of people are handling this, or at least what I've seen in my area. But we're in a city. you know, we're a city based, so it seems like everybody's just going about their lives almost. I don't see anybody just staying in as much as they should. There you go. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Number 4, are you crafting more or less? Well, I feel I am crafting more, but only because I don't know if it has to do with the quarantine or that I have more time. Maybe I do have a little bit more time because I'm not going anywhere else but work and back. But I feel more energy, which I did not feel this in the beginning of the year. I was very lethargic, but I feel I have more energy now, and I have this obsession now lately that I want to finish up a lot of projects. So, and then I've also been very blessed that I've had people also donate a lot of their items where I can send out donations. Like this week, we've sent out to 3 organizations, which is really good. Really good, you guys. Actually, I haven't sent them out yet. They're sitting on my table all packed up and ready to be gone, but I'm just trying to limit my time out on the streets. Anyway, 5, is the family crafting with you? My family does not do any of my crafting with me whatsoever. I have tried for years to get, and I think I've planted little seeds um, with, you know, trying to find another crafter in the family. Like my granddaughter can crochet, but she doesn't have any desire to crochet. I always like to send her different crafts, like a sewing kit or something, to get her interested. My grandson has tried crocheting and had a hard time with it. But you guys, he is 17 and he started painting with Bob Ross. He has been painting with Bob Ross, you guys. I am so loving it. I love watching him. He uses a ladder as his easel, and he's been painting with Bob Ross, and he does a good job. And then one of my other nephews, he's also 16. He can I'm telling you, the guy can crochet. He can loom, and but again, they're not doing anything permanently. But then I didn't do anything permanently till I was almost 40. So there you go. And then 6, how are you how are you handling being home all day? Let me tell you guys, I wish I was in shelter in place. That is a dream come true for me if I was in shelter in place. I would love to be in home all day. I am a homebody. I know that sounds terrible, but I could sit here. Let me tell you, when I watch Rosa for Sun and Moon Arts, she has moved her crafting table, but she used to have it in front of her big window. She had this big window, and I love that because I used to be in an apartment where we had big windows like that in all the rooms, and I would put my desk right in front of that window or a table or something, and I would be doing all my crafting and watching the scenery, and you know, watching the birds and watching the people, and I would just lock me in the house, man. Lock me in the house. I don't need to come out. But of course, that's not what it is. I have to go to work, and it's kind of funny because I'll be watching on social media people that are at home and they can't leave. They're in shelter in place. They are the ones that don't like to be at home, and the ones that like to be at home are actually essential workers. So I think it's kind of funny. But yeah, it is a dream of mine to be at home and just craft and write and journal and do all my good things that I love to do. I would love for that to happen. Yeah. 7, how are you shopping now? Well, I have to tell you that I am very aware of whether or not I really, really, really need to go out there. I am really making an effort not to go out there. So like I don't have any lettuce in the house. We are green people. We like to eat salad with everything. So we like greens. We like our fruit. I don't have any lettuce for a week. I mean, I go to work, and I have for lunch a salad every single day. I'm telling you, everybody at work can tell you what I have for lunch every single day. I have not had a salad all week because I need lettuce. But the very thought when I come up to the parking lot or drive past the store that is full of people, there's something that really turns me off about it. lately. And I don't know if it's because I don't want to be part of the problem, which I think that is a huge problem. I think all this panic buying and I don't know. I don't know why it has to be something deep down inside, some insecurity, something going on with people where those, instead of staying in, they are out all day. I mean, every day they have to go and do some sort of shopping. I don't understand it. It could be the panic buying. It could be insecurities. It could be that maybe they are binging on snacks and sweets because they're stressed. I don't understand. But when I go and I see that the parking lots are full like that, it just puts me off entirely. And I really ask myself, do I really, really need this item? Because I feel like it's pointless to have a shelter in place if you're not staying in. If you're not, and I don't mean, you can go in your yard, you can go for a walk, but this in groups and throngs of people all the time, it kind of, does the opposite. That's not the point of this shelter in place. And so when I go to the store, like I said, I've been avoiding the store, and I don't need to go. I have plenty in my pantry where we will be fine. We will be just fine, you guys. But we like our fruit and we like our greens, and I've been avoiding it. Even now, as I'm making this video, I am contemplating. Okay, go and get the salad. Go and get the salad. And then, no, I don't want to go get the salad. I'm like, not going to scale because I don't want to contribute to what we are, it's counteractive to what we're trying to do here, and I think, and I understand you're all going crazy, and I understand that some people cannot be in your home, but I just really believe that sometimes quiet time is a great time. This is a great time to really sit down and be still. And I know that's really hard for some people, but take out the board games, get out that book, play some games on a computer. It is a great time. Quiet time can really relax your mind, and you'd be surprised what can come out once you are in quiet contemplation, or binge watch some movies. I mean, there's a lot you can do. I cannot even imagine being bored because I think there are so many things we could be doing, and I love filling my day with all assortment of things. And I cannot imagine. I don't, when I hear that someone is bored, it just pains me to think that, um, you could be doing so many things. Really, really. If you're so bored, call someone, you know, interact with someone. In this day and age, technology is what it is. My gosh, you can connect with someone across the globe. It's amazing. So anyway, that's my tag, you guys. It's a little preachy. I didn't mean to be preachy at all. I don't want to be preachy because I don't ever want to make light of anyone's feelings because we feel the way we feel for a reason. And whatever that reason may be, sometimes it may need some further contemplation on your part as to why you're feeling like that. So, but then, yeah, I'm preachy again. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Have a wonderful Thursday, and please, please try to stay in if you can, okay? All right, have a great time. Bye.